Hello Aquarius, welcome to your October 2022 tarot card and astrology reading. Before we get into the reading, I did pre-record just a little bit of a message, so let's go ahead and get into it. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jane. I am so thrilled to have you here. For the October readings this month, I've done something just a little bit different. So I'm starting to include a new astrology portion to this reading. I feel like that could add so much more value to each and every one of you as you navigate and try to understand how all of this is going down. October is a huge month astrologically. We have a lot of the outer planets starting to move, and we are building up to an eclipse on the 25th. So there's just a lot to really think about and consider. So the timestamp for both the tarot portion and the astrology portion will be found in the description box down below. And this is one of the reasons why I've separated the big monthly video into 12 separate videos instead of just one big long video. And as always, if you are a subscriber, please be sure to log into your account at janeinternational.com, navigate to the blog page, and you'll see all the comprehensives that you've signed up for available there. All right, now with all that being said, let's get into it. Hello Aquarius, welcome to your October 2022 tarot card reading. So let's go ahead and delve in, starting with the Page of Cups, which is the card that signifies what the universe needs from you this month. Now, when I look at this in context with everything else, I feel like you are like you should be expecting some unexpected things to happen. And therefore, your flexibility, malleability, willingness to change your mind certainly needs to be at the forefront of your consciousness, okay? A page energy is very step by step, just sort of taking it one day at a time, one thing at a time. So you're not trying to conquer the world in a day, all right? This is just about slow and incremental steps. Be Libra season, 9th house activation for you. There is still a lot of expansion going on for you, but there's also with Libra, we don't want the scales to be out of balance, right? We want to maintain balance. So it's about expanding and remaining intact the whole time. All right. So taking it day by day and not allowing external circumstances to really rock your boat too much. And whatever happens, just take it at face value and say, okay, well, this is what happened, so we'll find a solution, no problem. Now, in the environment, we have the Empress card, and obviously she came out twice here. So it does tell me that there's another person, likely of a divine feminine quality. All right, there is another feminine individual in your life to some capacity that is exemplary in what they're doing. And in a way, I feel that they are offering a lot of inspiration for you. They are maybe living the type of life that you are hoping to live as well. And that's one of the beautiful things I think about the world and our goals, is that more than likely the things that we want in our lives for us are things that other people have attained, meaning it is attainable. It is something we can do and we can have. A lot of inspiration coming through for me from her. She seems to be luxurious and beautiful, but also industrious and militaristic in her approach to life, right? She's hardworking, she's intelligent, she's efficient and effective in what she does. I kind of am seeing her as maybe the owner of a company, like an entrepreneur, but who also has a beautiful home life or a beautiful luxurious lifestyle to coincide with that. So she's not like a workaholic type person, and she's also not a super lazy person who never works. She also has a balance of both. All right, she wears her crown proudly. And I feel like this is something that you aspire to be. All right, so when we get into these 10 cards, we start off with the 10 of coins. And the thing I always say about the 10 of coins, which I love so much, is the 10 of coins is a symbol. And you, the person watching, and if you want to pause the video and really think about this, I encourage you to do that. But think about what the 10 of coins truly represents for you. This is our ultimate in aspiration. This is our quote unquote ideal life. It is the perfection that we strive to attain. Now, I know striving to be perfect is not a realistic thing. I'm not saying that you got to beat yourself up every time you do something wrong, but it's about the love that you want. It's about the home that you want. It's about the spiritual enlightenment that you want. It's about the togetherness and the community contribution that you want. It's about all the things combined. And I encourage people, like, really think about what that 10 of coins means. What does it ultimately look like? Because I feel that the inner seeker in you, right, that part of you that can't help but go look for it, especially with ninth house activation, there is a lot of curiosity in terms of how to go about growing into that 10 of coins. How do you go about attaining that? Now, remember that manifestation is never about the actual having of the thing so much as it is about becoming the person that can have that thing, right? Because we can argue that people who are in different stations of life or people who have different experiences, let's say, a monarch. We just had, a lot of focus on the monarchy of England, right? We with the Queen of England and all of that. So that the frequency and the energy of a monarch is a lot different than, say, like an inventor, right? Or a CEO of a company. Like Elon Musk is very different from King Charles. You know what I mean? So it's a very different thing. It's a different mindset. It's a different energy. It's a different thing. So coming into that frequency is really what this process is really all about. This is someone who is there. Clearly, there's a lot of focus and a lot of emphasis on that Empress. The purpose of the Empress is not to make you feel badly about yourself. Okay, that's super, super important to note. It has nothing to do with you looking in at yourself and saying, oh my gosh, like I should do this and I should, because that can be very toxic and detrimental to the spirit. So I don't necessarily encourage that. All right, but the Empress is here to maybe instill a little bit of, I guess we could say even envy, although that's a harsh word, or a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of a harsh word. But those types of emotions, those types of feelings are really indicators that that's really what you want, right? So if you find yourself jealous or envious of someone, it indicates that they have something that you want to experience, and therefore can act as an inspiration. Oh, I wish I could be like that person, or I wish I could have that thing. Well, that tells you a lot about you, and it tells you a lot about how you feel about where you are. Because if you're feeling any level of discontent regarding where you are, shifts need to start happening. Now, I'm talk about this in the astrology portion as well, which I recorded before I did the cards. October is a huge month. Okay, we have Pluto going direct. We have Saturn going direct. Saturn in your sign specifically. Couple of days, Saturn goes direct just a couple of days before that new moon eclipse in Scorpio, which is in your 10th house. And then we also have Mars going retrograde, Jupiter re-entering into Pisces. It's just like this whole big mess of stuff going on in October. But it's destabilizing. But that's good because we need to get destabilized. These new moon, these eclipses, very important for our progress, important for our evolution, important for our ambitions. Because when we get unsettled and discontent with something that currently is, right? Ninth house, we are always wanting to expand. So it's not a surprise. We shouldn't be surprised that our hearts are yearning for something just a little bit more. And it doesn't mean you hate your life. It just means you want more. That's all. And it can be more of anything. Okay. The ninth house is both a deeply spiritual house and a deeply materialistic house. It's both. Ninth house does not separate spiritual realms from physical realms. It's all just reality. And there is no difference. There is no contrast here. So spiritual growth usually begets material growth. Material growth begets spiritual growth because they are in one and of the same. Okay, so your discontentment is helping you to shift, and that shift is going to be powerful. Now, the Ace of Wands is reversed, which Mars going retrograde, I'm not surprised. Throughout the entirety of October, Mars is just going super slow. Okay, he's only moving 5 degrees all month. Okay, because we start off October 1st with him at 20 degrees and he goes retrograde at 25 degrees. Okay, so I mean, he's barely doing anything. So I'm not saying that you're going to take these huge leaps. You can't. You can't take these huge leaps. Libra season doesn't want you to take leaps. Mars slowing down doesn't want you to take leaps. And Saturn and Pluto going direct also don't want you to take leaps. They want you to take steps. Page of Cups. That's why the Page of Cups came out, because that's all you're really going to be allowed to do. But you will be shocked. You will absolutely be shocked as to little steps each day. And this is carryover from Virgo season. Okay, Libra season and Virgo season are very similar in that there may be some microscopic or minuscule adjustments that are made for huge impact. And I would argue that to a degree, even Scorpio season is like that as well. Not so much in Sagittarius season though, but especially Virgo and Libra. All right, it's like baby steps, inching forward one day at a time, and not progressing on to the next thing until you've kind of mastered this first thing first. All right, so it continually builds and builds and builds. So this Ace of Wands, it may not feel like you're like a horse out of the gate, boom, all of a sudden. You may be in more of a sauntering kind of temperate modality, and that's fine. This was shaking you to the core, and now it's just kind of you're getting your bearings. All right, that's fine. This is exciting, actually. The Tower, sometimes in the moment, it can be perceived as a really frustrating experience. Some people may even use the word bad. I never see the Tower as bad. I always say it's like a wheel of fortune in disguise. It's that perfect, Zen is the art of happiness idea that everything that happens is absolutely in your best interest, or everything that happens is the best possible thing that could have happened. It takes people a while to really start learning how to perceive things like that. But once you get a hang of it and you start to shape your mind in that way, you really never have problems ever again. It's just something you got to deal with, right? But you don't have problems, and it's not bad ever. It's just something that happened. So you're being shaken, your stability being shaken because of the presence of the Empress. See, the thing is, the Empress, I don't think is even doing anything other than just being herself. But her presence alone, her image, your perception of her, and maybe you don't even know her personally, maybe it's someone you see on social media, I don't know, it's just someone that you probably respect, someone you look up to, someone that inspires you, and someone that has the things that you wish that you had. So the mere existence of the Empress is now affecting you. And it's affecting you in a core, deep way. And we have death and the High Priestess reversed. Death reversed and the High Priestess. So, clearly it's hitting you like in your bones. Right? It's not just a fleeting thought that comes in your mind and out of your mind. It is literally sinking in so deep. And this yearning of who you want to become, 10 of Coins, this yearning of who you want to become is kind of becoming a priority now. You're starting to say, I am willing to sacrifice an old aspect of myself for the sake of this person that I am striving to become. And that may mean sacrificing small things, like maybe you don't go out on Tuesday night, not a big deal, no one will really care, fine. Or maybe it's something big, like where you sacrifice your job for the sake of starting a business. Right? Now, as Pluto slows down and turns around this month on the 8th, okay, October 8th, Pluto goes direct. We start off the first week of October, Pluto is basically not moving, okay? Not moving at all. He's just sitting there in the sky, just doing what he's got to do. And when he starts going direct, he is going to be officially on his last leg in Capricorn. Now, he will be doing a retrograde back into Capricorn through 2023 and 24, but technically speaking, this is like his last full push through Capricorn. So he's finishing out and he is entering into Aquarius next year in March. Yes, you 100% will feel that shift. 100%, no doubt about it. Your life is changing and you can never go back to the person that you ever were. And some of you are like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I won't ever go back. I won't ever go back to that escapist me or that, self-harming or self-sabotaging me, right? And I'm just going to go forward to the person that I know I am and that I know I want to become. That's why this person is showing up here. That's why this is happening now. It's preparing you for March. It's preparing you for 2023 as a whole. Okay, because Saturn is gone and then Pluto comes in. It's going to be in your sign for 20 years. So you especially, I would argue you and Leo. Also Scorpio and Taurus with the squaring angles, but especially you and Leo. But you especially as the host. Your life is about to go through this whole process of creating an entirely new identity. And there's going to be a lot of volatility with that because Pluto is all about reinvention. But to reinvent, you have to destroy. It's like build up, burn it down, build up, burn it down, build up, burn it down. It's this constant cycle. So you're going through this process of finding a new identity. This person helping you to at least think that it is possible. And maybe that's all you need is just that notion that, yes, it's possible. If that's all you need, then great. Then this Empress is serving her purpose quite well. She's doing a very good job of it because she is shaking you to your core here. And with the King of Wands, I do feel like this is you to some degree. He is sitting down. He's not a super action-oriented card. It's not like the Knight of Wands. He's sitting down and he's thinking and he's strategizing, but he is a hyper-creative individual, right? He's thinking outside the box here. And I do think that Aquarius is really thinking about stuff, especially as Mercury comes in through Libra, through the 9th house, with the sun and with Venus. Mercury re-enters Libra on the 10th. Okay, it's going to join up with Venus and the sun later on. But there is this high level perspective type of thing. So you're elevating yourself and you're seeing things from a bird's eye view, which I think that Aquarius is normally pretty good at. I'm not thinking that that's extra special for you. But it's all in preparation. It's all in preparation for the new 20-year chapter of becoming, okay? Now, we have the Six of Cups in the reverse, which suggests breaking with the past, certainly letting things go. I have felt for quite some time that the things that have been in the rearview mirror are now getting really small. That's just what I feel. It's like the past that we held on to so tightly, it's starting to just dissolve. It's starting to just dissipate and disappear, and it's starting to leave us unanchored. Because I think a lot of us were anchored or tethered in the past, and we talked about it all the time and over and ad nauseum, always talking about leaving the past and letting go and blah, 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 blah. But it's one thing to talk about it, but it's another thing to feel like it's actually happening. And this is, again, I said it like 3 times already, it's not an accident. She's here to help you to dissolve the past, because you are meant to be this incredible creator with these kings. So this King of Coins represents the perfect frequential match for the 10 of Coins. This is a story of you becoming the type of person that you originally set out to be. In this moment, the person that you are setting out to be is officially inevitable in your story. You are going to get to that 10 of Coins because I believe that you are seeking in earnest. You are seeking from pure, good, soul-driven intentions. I don't know that there is a lot of ego right now because I feel that Saturn through Aquarius has humbled us. It has detached us. Because I think like when Saturn goes from Aries all the way up through Capricorn, our egos get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then Saturn enters into Aquarius and then goes through Pisces. And it reminds us that all of this materialism, all of this structure, all of these things of this world, that they aren't representative of the true reality. Aquarius and Pisces are very humbling signs. Okay, they take us out of ourselves and align us with a greater place. Okay, so when we are humble and when we are aware, it is more common to operate from a soul-driven place. Okay? All right, let's go ahead and pull out the clarifiers for this reading. All right, so for those of you who are new to my channel, bear with me because I'm about to say a mouthful. So the cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we will cover in the comprehensive reading. The link for that will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below. We usually talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about these cards, so we normally get like a full second reading. There are different options. Okay, you can just do a single purchase, one-off, no problem. I have a couple options for that. You can also subscribe. You can subscribe to just your only one zodiac sign, or you can subscribe to all 12 and get all of them. Or you could also become a soul seeker, which also get access to all 12 zodiac signs. And we do a lot more exclusive content in the Soul Seekers group as well. I just started an educational series talking about astrology or teaching a little bit about astrology. We've got full moon and new moon analyses and big transit analyses. So there's a lot going on in there. So if you want to join, you are more than welcome. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. Again, all that information in the description box and the comment thread down below. Okay, thanks for listening. Okay, so let's take a look at this Page of Cups now. What more does Aquarius need to know regarding what the universe needs from them? So we have the Ace of Cups reversed, the Five of Cups reversed. And we have Page of Swords. Okay, now for the environment, this beautiful Empress. 10 of Coins, I love it. The Sun. Oh, wow. Okay, I love that environment. You're certainly operating from a good place, whether you perceive it that way or not. It doesn't, your perception doesn't matter. The reality of the situation is the universe is really, really supportive of you achieving this 10 of Coins goal. Okay, so what else do you need to know about this? 6 of Wands. An 8 of coins. And the Queen of Coins reversed. Okay. I don't mind the reversals there, by the way. They do not stress me out at all, which is good. 5 of Swords. Ten of Wands reversed. King of Cups, beautiful. I love the King of Cups. He is Mars ruled, so there's a lot of action and conquest that happens. 10 of Swords. Well, remember I mentioned jealousy and envy. Queen of Wands reversed, so it's not surprising. You're not normally like a jealous sign. Like that's not something we normally talk about with Aquarius. So it may not be like full on jealousy. Maybe it's just a twinge of like, oh, I wish I had that. Okay. Beautiful. 9 of coins. Queen of Cups. Beautiful. Wheel of Fortune. Didn't I say? I always say the Tower is the Wheel of Fortune in disguise. I may have said that. And there's the Wheel of Fortune. This is what I mean. All right. Another King of Wands and then a Fool. Strength. When I see that card, what I actually see is restraint. Mars slowing down, not that you have a choice. Five of Cups. Six of Coins. We love an Ace of Coins. Now we have a Page of Wands. Hanged Man. There's something really intelligent coming through these cards. I don't know that you're doing this on purpose, but you are operating from a divine intelligence place. You may be making certain decisions and being like, well, I don't really know why I made that decision, or I don't know why I'm making this choice. It just somehow feels right. It feels like it's what I need to do. Okay, Temperance reversed, 4 of Cups reversed. Last card, we have 5 of Wands. Okay, so this is where we're going to pick up in the comprehensive. Again, all that info down in the description box and the comment thread down below. Thank you all so much for everything. You know how much I love and adore you. I hope you have an amazing October, and I wish you nothing but the best. Talk to you soon. Take care. Hello Aquarius, welcome to the astrology portion of your reading. Something new that I'm trying. I hope you guys like it. Let me know in the comments. October is a big month. Okay, there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things going down, and it's important to kind of stay aware of the shifts that are occurring so that you're not thinking that you're going crazy. You're not going crazy. Okay, just the planets are moving, things are adjusting, and for many of you, it actually could be quite good to finally feel significant movement in your lives. There are a lot of notable things, and I don't want to say that one is more important than the other. I think they're all important. So let me just give you a little bit of a rundown. Okay. So here's Pluto right here, and he is going direct on October 8th. So as we move into October on October 1st, I mean, he's basically not moving at all. Okay. He's barely moving. He's standing still in the sky, and he's preparing to move direct. And this is an important direct motion because he is officially now on his way into Aquarius, where he will enter Aquarius in March of 2023. Now, yes, there will be a dip back and forth, and this is going to be so powerful for you, Aquarius. You're the only one going through this right now, which is where Pluto is going to be coming over into your sign and then retrograding back into Capricorn and then coming back into Aquarius. And when he comes back over that ascendant, you can expect, right? This is over the next couple of years, but you can expect significant transformation in your life. It truly is out with the old, in with the new. All right. So this is a big deal. Pluto moving forward. I'm going to be doing a video in the beginning of October specifically about this. So stay tuned for that. And at the same time, or a couple of weeks later, we also have Saturn moving direct in your sign as well. And Saturn is making his last leg through Aquarius, and he'll be making his way into Pisces in March. So again, I know I'm projecting a little bit further out there, but when you imagine these big planets moving direct now, and you're kind of at the center of all of this. Saturn is in your sign, Pluto's making its way into your sign, and so it's all eyes on Aquarius right now. And Saturn may have been really creating a lot of slow progress in your life, maybe a lot of questions, maybe a lot of struggle, maybe a lot of strife. Okay, I don't know where you're at, but it also may have really gotten you aligned. All right. And when I say aligned, what I mean is your actions truly starting to match the things that you value. Saturn is now going to be making another 20, 28, 29 year cycle. It's not going to be in your sign again for another 28, 29 months. So as of right now, you are working on establishing whole new structures in your life. And you have been since the very, very end of 2020, all through 2021, and now through 2022. Saturn has come in and said, okay, Aquarius, you need a new life. You need new foundations. You need new directions. You need new levels of stability. And in order to do that, you are going to have to break the boundary of your comfort zone a little bit. And so Saturn has been kind of moving forward. He's been in retrograde, but he's been moving you forward in new but subtle but also powerful ways. So when he goes direct, just so you know, that's also the same day, October 23rd, that Sun and Venus conjunct are coming over into Scorpio. And 2 days after that, we have a new moon eclipse in Scorpio. So, the 23rd is, I would say that the last week and a half of October are going to be the most potent. That's when all the real stuff is really going down. So we have Saturn going direct. We have Venus and Sun coming into Scorpio. We have the new moon eclipse on the 25th. On the 28th, we have Jupiter moving back into Pisces. Okay, so it's kind of coming back into contact a little bit with Neptune, although it's not an actual conjunction, but it's very close. And then we also have Mars going retrograde on the 30th. So, that last week is just boom, everything just kind of starts turning around. And by that time, Pluto will have built up a little bit of speed moving direct. So I'm not saying he's going at full speed at that point, but he's starting to build up a little bit more momentum. And because this transition of the Sun and Venus is entering into that 10th house, and your eclipse is going to be in your 10th house, there certainly are a lot of questions of like, where am I going with my life? What am I doing? What's my direction? What is my ambition really? What are my convictions really? What am I truly trying to do here? And Saturn is kind of saying, well, we helped you detach from the old. And I know you haven't officially landed on the new quite yet, but you're getting there. And remember, Saturn is a planet that rules time, and not everything with Saturnian energy happens quickly. And so when Saturn is in your sign, it can kind of stretch out time and make you feel like things just never end. But things are coming to a close as Saturn comes to a close in your sign. He's going to be kind of living out his last chapter, which means wherever you're at, you're also going to be kind of living out your last chapter as well and preparing for a whole new one, Pluto through your sign, a 20-year chapter, in fact. And with Mars going retrograde here, now he's barely moving throughout October, okay? Throughout the whole of October, October 1st through the 30th, he only moves 5 degrees, okay? Barely moving. So he's coming into this Uranian deacon here. I am using modern Western astrology rulerships here. So this is the Uranus ruled deacon of Gemini. So he's coming in super slow, and he'll be going backwards on the 30th. We are going to feel the fact that Mars is not moving fast, okay? Because in Gemini, it's mercurial and it's a very quick sign. Boom, 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 boom. It's actually the fastest of all the zodiac signs. Gemini is considered the fastest. So when Mars, the planet of conquering and doing and taking action and having that conviction, is like inching forward, it's going to be natural for us to evaluate and exercise caution before taking any kind of step or risk, if you will. So exercising caution, probably a good idea. Impulsiveness, I think, is going to be hard. I don't know that we are going to be able to be truly impulsive. I think it's going to be quite the opposite, especially with the Sun and Venus in Scorpio. We're going to be calculating. Okay, it's a totally different thing. To be calculating, to be strategic, to be purposeful and intentional with the things that we do, because we understand the power of the effects. Okay, when Mars was in Aries a few months ago, at the beginning of the year, it was okay to get things going and jump and take the leap and boom, boom, boom. It was okay to do that. But right now we have to be more conscious of things, because if we're not conscious, then Saturn moving direct is going to kind of kick our butts a little bit, and it's going to force us to kind of deal with negative outcomes a little bit. All right. So choosing steps, choosing a way to converse with someone, choosing a strategy that is most likely to succeed, although there are no guarantees in life, but to choose the one that is most likely to succeed will be in our best interest. Okay? Big month in October. So you guys know I love you. I hope you have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good one.